show you. And thank you very much for allowing me to share a little bit of my thought and experience from the Middle East. I was told I got 2 minutes, so I want to make sure I make 2 points. One is what's happening in the Middle East. I was here a few years ago, and it was just after the big uprising, we call it the revolution in Iran, which was crashed. But you know what? It happened in other countries. It happened in Tunisia, it happened in Egypt, it is still happening. It came to Europe, it's in Spain, it's in Greece, it's in the United States of America, and it's now in Canada. The 99% movement. The movement of the people who are fed up with their dictatorship. Whether it's in Iran, whether it's in Syria, whether it's in Canada. We don't need that. So that's one point. Don't get fooled, don't get confused in the rhetoric between the governments, the states, United States and China and this and that. There are people who want a better life, a better world like us. That's the bottom line. So don't get confused. Stand with the people for a better life. That's one point. The other one is something in my chest that has been bugging me for years, that I've been involved in the labor movement in this country. And I want to say that. Get it out. And that is the question of the leadership. Okay? We need a type of leadership, a generation of leadership like Ginger Goodwin. I don't want you to be shot if you're the labor leader. No. No, I want you alive. You're welcome. But what I need is the braveness to stand up when they threaten you that we jail you, to say, okay, I'm prepared to go to jail, but I'm not going to back off. Yes. You might get something. You might. I'm not saying you will, but you might get something. But if you chicken, you won't get anything. I can guarantee that. Okay? And you've seen that right here in the last few years. Another thing I want to tell you, and I know there are labor leaders here. Most of you are. You know, I remember it was in, I think, in late 90s. I used to go attend all the convention, BC convention, we have the president here, Jim Silter, and I admire him. He's done a lot of good work. But what I'm saying is, I witnessed that when the laborers, us, have been asked to accept cutbacks and losing our wages, they get a raise. And they said, well, you know what? We're going to set up an example. Well, thank you. I don't need that example. What I need is to say I won't accept a penny unless and until I get for you. That's the kind of leadership we need. Thank you very much.